What's going on, horror fans? It's Boots here, and we are inching ever closer to the release of Scream 7. We're a week out today, and excitement is building. I don't know about y'all, but I am tired of waiting. I'm tired of anticipating. I'm ready to see what this movie has to offer for us. So today I thought I would pop on here and just kind of give a few little quick things, thoughts, whatever you want to call it, wish list items, if you will, kind of what my hopes for this movie are. And coming right off the bat, first thing that I'm going to point out about this movie that I'm extremely excited to see is this next generation or this evolution, if you will, of Sidney Prescott's character. At this phase of her life, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's got family to worry about, and I'm very anxious to see how Nev Campbell portrays the fear and the vulnerability that comes with your child being threatened or your child in danger in any way, shape, or form. So there's a certain fear that you're going to feel as a parent when your child is being attacked or threatened or anything like what we're going to see in this movie. So I'm very excited to see what we get from Nev Campbell as far as her portrayal of Sidney Prescott's character in this phase of life. And I feel like we have an opportunity here, and there's a chance we could get to see, you know, our best Sidney Prescott performance of the franchise in this movie. Now, I know that that might be bold, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but knowing what we know about Nev Campbell as a performer and everything that she's poured into this character over 30 years worth of time now, I feel like she's geared up to hit a home run on this one. The plate is set. I think we're going to get something special out of this. I hope I'm right. Time will tell, but that's top of the list of what I'm excited to see about this movie. Next thing I'll point out that I'm really anxious to see is kind of how we're going to work some of these legacy characters that are returning back into this movie. We know we're getting Matthew Lillard back in this film. We've got Scott Foley returning in this film. There's some interesting questions on how those characters in particular I think are going to be used. Are we talking about a return? Is Stu Macher really alive? Is somehow Roman still out there? Like, what are we doing here with these characters? Or are these more purely just going to be for a flashback type of purpose, some AI based thing that we're going to get here? Anxious to see what we get out of that, and excited to see what we're going to get out of that. So that's next on the list. And then finally, the last thing I'll point out, kind of going hand in hand with that last point, we know that there's supposed to be an element of AI being incorporated in this story. That's something that I'm anxious, I will say, to see how it goes because there's potential for that to be awesome. There's also potential for that to not be awesome. So that is probably, if there's one point about Scream 7 that I'm nervous about, I'm going to say it's the whole AI component and how that's going to be used. I'm pretty confident that we'll get something that's done well. Maybe that's just me being a Scream fan and being really hopeful that we're going to get something that's done well. But I think I think it'll be happy once it's all said and done. But I am a little nervous to see how that gets incorporated, and hoping that it's not done in a way that we look back on after the fact and go, well, that was nah, you know. So those are my thoughts going into Scream 7 right now. Mostly just really excited and very curious to see how we're going to get some of these characters evolved, who we may potentially lose in this one, all that good stuff. And then, as I said, how are our legacy characters going to be incorporated in this one? A lot of reasons to be excited as a Scream fan. And we only got a week left to wait, so it'll be here before we know it, y'all. But in the meantime, y'all take it easy. We'll see you on the next one.